Hi everybody, welcome to the next round, race 7 of the Amstel Racing W12 series, the F1 series. We're racing at Monza this week. Obviously, we're used to this now, getting underway with the driver briefing before we go live for the rest of the thing. I'm hearing my voice on YouTube, so let me just close that window. That was going to be very distracting. Right, so first, just want to go over qualifying conduct. That's going to be quite simple for today. I know people will be looking for slipstreams. My main thing for today is if you are looking for a slipstream, organise yourself on the back straight. So that's between the Ascari chicane and Parabolica. So you can organise yourselves there. That's where I want people going slowly. Rest of the track, I'd say the second straight, maybe you could get something there, sort of from the lead up from the second Lesmo to Ascari. That's where you could also organise yourself. But I don't want anybody dawdling through any of the actual corners. So that's the first chicane. Curva Grande as well. It's a little bit blind if someone does decide to go slow. I would also say the first chicane, second chicane, and both Lesmos and Ascari as well. If we're up to speed, then that would be very helpful. I want to remind people about blocking in the race as well. Obviously, there's quite a lot of toes here, so you can make one move to defend, but it can't be in reaction to the driver behind. In qualifying as well, if you are looking for a toe, it's your responsibility to leave an appropriate gap to the car in front. If you attempt to overtake them on the qualifying lap, whilst that is allowed, it needs to be done in a safe way, of course. So I don't want that to become an issue. I believe on YouTube now, my screen should be visible. I think there's some issues if I show my overlay, but I'm going to have to show my overlay, unfortunately, in a minute if it jumps about a bit. But if everybody could make sure they're able to just see this quickly, it was something that was asked by a driver in our F4 series if they could have a look at it. So we're just watching Benjamin Sires here. But if you see this white line here down the straight, you are allowed to go to the right-hand side of this white line. But I believe as we get towards the end of the straight, you'll see it closes up to this barrier if you were to stay that far to that edge. So if you were on this line here that we're talking about, this white line here, and you're on this side of it, or even if you're across it and someone is alongside you to the right, you would need to make sure you came back across to the left alongside these barriers to leave room for them, to make sure that they won't push one into the barrier or two onto this grass here as well. I want to remind people also just about what is expected in the corners from drivers. So that's if anybody is alongside you to any extent, that you need to leave space for them. But obviously there is a measured level of just sending it in there from a ridiculous distance back. If it's too late for a driver to know you're alongside or to react, then that could obviously lead to a different outcome in that decision from the stewards. So yeah, if you are out driving, I know there's still a couple of guys out driving, make sure you just rewind this and take a look at what I've just said about the main straight there. But yeah, just I want everyone to be sensible. We shouldn't have any issues here. I think actually, surprisingly, last year we didn't have any issues here. Just remember, safety car is out today, of course. It's manually driven as usual. If we have any issues, that'll be called out, and you'll get plenty of notice that they're coming into the pit lane. But I would ask that the driver who is in control of the safety, who is in control of the pack, doesn't wait too long. So I'd like them to have made their jump before. Where is it here? I think this is the actual start-finish line on this layout of Monza anyway. So this line here, the checkered flag line. So they need to make sure they're going before then on the track and no later, because if they're going any later, then everyone is going to be bunching up and the people behind are going to be going, and it's going to cause all sorts of issues. So that's everything from me today, guys. So I'm going to pass you over to our commentary team.
Hello everyone, my name is Eduard and today I will be commentating the 7th race of the ASR Formula 1 series here at the Temple of Speed, as you can see in front of your eyes. Today we are at Monza on one of the greatest tracks in the Formula 1 calendar, and what can I say, one of the best tracks in the Formula 1 history. Today I am joined by our champion from the first season and also the championship leader, Alex Eguia. Mate, great to have you here.
Yeah, thank you for having me here again. That means I did pretty good job on the last on the last race commentating. I feel more confident with the car, driving the car than commentating. But yeah, we'll enjoy this race. Monza is awesome on iRacing and on every game, even in real life for sure. And it's going to be a crazy race for sure.
You've done a great job, Alex, commentating last week. Obviously, this is a very, very fast track. It's one of the tracks that I always loved racing when I was actually racing, not only commentating. So obviously, for me, it was pretty simple. So straight line, then a corner, then longer straight line. So it's pretty simple, obviously, considering that I was driving from the keyboard. But Alex, I want your professional perspective. How is this track on iRacing, and especially with this car?
You gotta be careful as always with the off tracks. Of course, you are going to be running the low downforce setting, so the car is going to be very understeery. It's going to be crazy fast on the straights, but for example, on both Lesmo turns, the two right hand side corners, the car won't turn. That's that's what you get when you want to be 350, 60 kph on the straight. So yeah, it's setup wise, it's tricky because at least for me in this car, you don't want to be full low downforce. Maybe a couple of clicks on the front wing to be more aggressive on those corners to maintain the corner speed. And also the braking of turn one is the heaviest one on the calendar. So you want to be very confident on those brakes. We have an accident there on the practice session. You have to be very confident on the brakes. Also, you have to understand how the brake balance and the brake migration works, because it's a bit tricky in this car to not lock up the front tires. And other than that, just on qualifying, make sure to not hit any off track. Parabolica is very easy to have an off track, even both Lesmos, and just maintain the car on the track, not to jump on the curves from the first and second chicane. And yeah, apart from that, it's a fun track to drive, to be honest. You have, as you said, they are long straight, and you have more time to think. If you are behind a car, you want to understand how the car in front drives, where you can push him or where you can overtake him. So yeah, it's easy in that way, but it's also tricky setup wise and with the concentration. We saw that with Leclerc a couple of days yesterday, not a couple of days. Yesterday, you have to concentrate, have a lot of respect on the curves, so you can do what Leclerc did yesterday at Imola. And it's a very Italian circuit in that way. So a lot of curves, a lot of straights, and just enjoy it. It's a beautiful circuit.
Yeah, thank you, Alex. You are providing us with your amazing feedback and also help with setups and everything else. Talking about setups, if you want to check great setups, you can check our partners, Majors Garage. You have the link in the description, and also if you want any hardware, you can check Digital Motorsports. You have the link in the description for those two partners, so go check them out. Also, forgot to mention, behind the buttons, as always, Gerard, great to have you here. You're doing an amazing job as always, and just amazing to have you.
Hello, thank you very much.
Yeah, I think we only have 2 minutes left of practice, then we'll have the usual 20 minutes qualifying and then the 50% race. Alex, last week, if you remember, we've had that crazy race with a lot of retirements and a lot of drivers running out of fuel in Imola. So 2 consecutive Italian races. Anyways, hopefully this time the drivers have took their time to analyze the setup and the race, especially in order to put the amount of fuel that is necessary in order to complete the entire race. Anyways, I'm looking at the standings, and right now John Peter Runde is in first place. We haven't seen him that much up on the top, and also Hannes Schlogel is second place. That about Schlogel, he is one of the 3 drivers that have finished in the points in every race. Also, Alex, you have finished in the points in every race. You have started, but obviously in Imola you have been alongside me, and 0 points for you, sadly. Hate to mention it. I hate to mention it.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, so we have something from our stewards. There's the safety car driver, Ethan Ridgway. We can't see his name as we're seeing a crash. That will probably cause the safety car in the race. So Ethan Ridgway is our safety car driver for today. You can also see him on the left side. He's named as safety car, as we're having radio now.
He was on YouTube channel.
Yeah, so back to the practice. They are doing 119 is the best one. I think that's a quali lap.
It was on the YouTube channel, as somebody just
you
said.
also
If
want
you
to,
go to the link that was posted in the F1 announcement,
want to do differently
just
on
replay it to
practice. Some
rewind it to the
drivers
start of
focus
the
on
video and
race
you'll be able
pace,
to watch.
while other drivers focus on quali pace.
In which channel?
So we could have heard from the race director.
Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't see that call.
It should be in the F1 announcements channel inside the iRacing Formula Series category, or I think it's just been posted in social media advertisements as well, which should have pinged you.
Yeah, because they did pin me, but I cannot find it anymore. I just find for the F4 series.
Yeah, so we've just heard from our race director, and there was a conversation also between the drivers. Anyways, Alex, we were talking about this track, if I'm not wrong. As the practice is done right now, so we get prepared for the qualifying, which just started now. So who is going to take the pole position? Is it going to be John Peter Runde, who has been very, very fast in practice? Is it going to be Hannes Schlogel, who has been very fast the entire season? Or maybe another driver, a new name up on top? Maybe Benjamin Sees, the only driver to have won 2 races. Him and also you, Alex, you are the true drivers that have managed to get more than 1 win this season.
Yeah, also count as well with Juancho. When he prepared the tracks well, he's crazy fast. So if he had time this last week, for sure he's going to be P3 on qualifying. The first pole is going to be for Benjamin, who get the clear track in front. You know, because Liam, as we are seeing now, and every other driver is going to have another car in front. It could seem that it's beneficial because you have a slipstream, but with this car you want to be on clean air, not have the dirty air from the car in front. So they are going to slow down, maybe cool his tires, and Benjamin is the one in front, and he's going to have the track for himself.
I just wanted to ask Alex, what would be your approach? Would you stay behind a car in order to get slipstream, or would you just do a clean lap in order to get fresh air? What would be your approach in this track?
As I said, the first pole position is to be the first one doing the qualifying lap because it's the cleanest track with no cars in front, and also the track is going to be as cold as possible. So Liam is now behind the car in front, and he has to react where the car in front brakes. So that's, at least for me, it's not where I wanted to be.
Yep, I see. Well, for me as a keyboard racer, it's always great to get some slipstream, because I can tell you, Alex, I never feel the dirty air when I'm racing. But yeah, we're seeing every single car on track right now, as Benjamin Zies has been off track. I think that's that's a big crash. That's a big crash. I've just said he has been off track. He has crashed. So the car that has been the first one out have not reacted really well to the situation. As you've said, the track was cold. He's gone a little bit wide, and that's a huge impact. It's obviously great that this is only a game and not real life, because that crash would have been huge in real life.
Yeah, I think he went for the crazy time there, doing a lot of off track. It's legal to do an off track on Lesmo. You have to. There's a fine line between an off track and not an off track. So I think he went for it. Maybe he was doing not a good lap at that point, and maybe he just sent it on Lesmo to see if he could get any chance for there.
Yep, we're seeing this the first times. Tyler Nelson 120.00, Liam Kerr 120.02. So that's 200 of a second between them.
Anthony as well, and Hans it's in 20.0 as well. So that's four drivers in the same tenth. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's surely incredible. Troy Banks goes up in 5th place. So I'm waiting right now for obviously Benjamin Zies to finish his lap, because we know he's fast, and I'm curious how far can he go. We know from practice you can go on 119, on high 19s, but obviously these drivers are super fast and they are practicing a lot, so yeah, they can surprise us. Alex, there's one thing that I've always noticing when I was commentating your races. You are taking it easy on practice every time, and then on the quali you are just setting crazy times. So I'm curious, what is your approach on practice in comparison to qualifying?
In practice, usually I do the race runs, long runs, with maybe checking the soft tires and the medium tires if they are the same as I practiced before that last week. So it's just long runs, and maybe the last 2 laps or something like that, I just load the quali setup to see if everything's okay, and try to do fast laps, but without ending them. Maybe checking where to brake for the pit entry, which is very important, and even here in Monza, because if you brake a couple of meters later, you can have like a 30-40 second penalty on box if you are over the pit limit speed. So yeah, I'm not sending it on practice, but just with my mind on qualifying, as we are seeing a 5/10 improvement from Benjamin from P2, so that's huge.
Yeah, just what I was saying. I was waiting for Benjamin to see where he's going, and 119.54. That's an incredible lap. I think something happened to Liam Kerr. I think he had a crash, but anyways, that's a huge improvement for Benjamin, as he is in 1st place right now. Can anyone match Benjamin in Monza? We were not. Oh, hello, Biggles.
Hello.
So yeah, it's on the spin there on the acceleration of turn 2. That was it's also tricky, the acceleration in that part, because the rear tires that doesn't have enough temperature, and it's very easy to lose acceleration there, which is very important on the run to turn 3.
Yeah, but as we're now watching, I think this is Stefan Hoffman, if I am not completely wrong. No, this is Anthony Serrano. It's my bad, it's the American driver. But I'm looking at the graphics right now, the telemetry, and I'm not seeing any purple sector. So anyone is setting either yellows, either green sector. So that's obviously no gray. That means this will have the pole position, but we still have a long way to go. 13 minutes, 23
Yeah.
minutes.
Also, there are 6 drivers, if I'm correct, on 20 flat. So yeah, it's like the 19th second lap. It's tricky to be done, but it's pretty near for them to do it. Also, when a driver sets a mega lap, it's like hits your confidence, and you are like, how did he do a 19.5? It's I'm not even in the 19s, so how can I do that? And yeah, for the mind, it's pretty tricky to deal with it. You have to forget about that, know what you can do and where you can improve. Seeing your delta from this session, and yeah, just focus on your own lap and forget about everyone else.
Yeah, you were talking about confidence and seeing someone very fast. I remember when I was actually league racing. I think that was 2017 or 2016. Anyways. Long time ago. I was very little. I think I was 13. Anyways, I was participating in a league race, which was not really professional. The drivers weren't that fast, but obviously there were some drivers that were super fast. And I remember we were racing at Monza, and there was some driver, I think it was from France. Anyways, he was incredibly fast. And then I cut the first corner by mistake, and the lap wasn't unvalidated. And then every single quali lap I was cutting that first chicane, and I got pole position. And well, the rest is history, because after that race I got kicked out from the league. But yeah, I got pole position. So
well, if the games let you do that, it's something legal. It is what it is. As we are seeing, just 1, 2, 3 more drivers on the 19. So yeah, that's a big confident gain on yourself from Liam, from John Peter and Hans. Like, okay, I'm now on the 19s and I can improve. It's just 2 tenths now. It's not 3, 4, or 5 as it was before.
Yeah, John Peter Runde, if I'm not wrong, he is at the first race this season. He haven't taken part in any of our other races. So if last week Dominik Savitsky was the new kid on the block and finished in 3rd place, now John Peter Runde is the new kid on the block, and he is in 3rd place right now. Jared, are we having a 30 minutes qualifying?
Yeah, certainly seems that way. According to my telemetry here, it says there's 20 minutes remaining.
Yep, so we will be doing a 30 minutes qualifying here at Monza. Anyways, this longer type of qualifying reminds me of the MotoGP type of qualifying that we've had in the past. So you've had there 1 hour to set the best lap time that you could, which was a very interesting approach to a qualifying session. It was one that I was personally enjoying, because on there you've had actual time to do the best lap, and we're seeing drivers doing the best of the best. They've had time to improve, to make some little changes on the setup. Alex, what would you think about a 1 hour qualifying session for Formula 1?
Well, it's interesting. You have to be very careful with the track evolution and also with the traffic. For sure, in this kind of virtual racing, it's very easy to tow and go back as you finish the lap, or maybe as you crashed. If there is no lap limit on that qualifying, it's going to be crazy like we are seeing now, because you can push on every corner and every lap, and if you have a mistake, you can redo your lap again pretty easily. That's not the same case on real life. But yeah, we're talking about 1 hour qualifying, where last week every team had both. Okay, that was a Formula 1 parking there at Lesmo. So yeah, I was saying that on Imola, the real F1 had 1 hour for the setup for the whole weekend. So yeah, it's crazy.
Yep. Talking about MotoGP, there were 2 cars now in our league that has crashed, as we've seen before. There has been a crash in MotoGP in the Moto2 series, if I'm not wrong. Anyways, 10 motorcycles have crashed in the exact same corner in Portugal. Well, thankfully all the riders were okay, but that was incredible to see 10 motorcycles crashing at the exact same corner in the same lap. That was an absolute madness at Portimao. So, Benjamin Z, Slamker, and John Peter Runde, the top 3, no changes on there. They are all going now for another lap. 5 laps completed by the majority of them. John Peter Runde has completed only 2 laps and has managed to do that. Meanwhile, his two opponents have completed 5 and respectively 4 laps.
Yeah, for example, I like to set a not so quick lap on the first attempt. Just try to do a lap and then improve it. Maybe he's trying it all on every corner, and if you hit an off track, you can start your lap again. So that's maybe why he has only 2 laps and not 5 as everyone else. As we saw, every bit of slipstream that you can get, you have to take it because it's Monza, sorry, and you have to be behind another car and take that slipstream. And we are seeing, I think, more and more people in the 19s. So yeah, that's nice to see. Maybe the track is improving.
John Peter Runde is not improving on this lap, only yellows, but everyone is on yellow sectors right now. Peter Runde now set a green one. Let's see how will he finish his lap. Let's see. Is it an improvement? No, it's not, sadly. 121.2. That's not a great lap for car number 83, and we're seeing something very, very interesting, Alex. Benjamin Ziz has set the pole lap on the medium tires. So not only that he is fastest, he is fastest on the slow tire. She's incredible. This is going to play an even bigger psychological
I'm going to look
impact.
into that because I thought it was 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know if that is the actual tire of that lap, or maybe he's trying something now with the medium tire. But it's amazing to see that he did such a good time with the medium tire.
Yeah, we were talking about Portugal. I think Mercedes, if I'm not wrong, has got a pole position for the first time in history on the medium tires. That was in 2020 in Portimao, with Lewis Hamilton or Valtteri Bottas, one of the 2 Mercedes drivers. But Benjamin Ziz might do the same again here at Monza. Anyways, I don't know, are the tires playing that much of a role? Because, well, Monza is most of consists of straight lines, so I don't know, for me at least, it seems like you can do a fast lap on the mediums very easily.
It's not that there is that much difference between the soft and the mediums. Normally, it's maybe on the quali setup is going to be like 3 tenths, something like that. But yeah, it plays a huge role on the race because in Monza it's pretty easy to do the whole race on the soft tires. So yeah, maybe he's trying something else. Even if there is a safety car on the first lap, he can manage to do the whole race with the soft. That's something that you have to be very aware of.
Yep, as we're now going on board with John Peter Runde, car number 83. It's very interesting to see from this angle. I never enjoyed playing Formula 1 from this angle because me personally I cannot see anything, but I know in real life that this has been a great addition. I know that the 2 Alpine drivers have the camera on the helmet, and it's always amazing to see what the driver is actually seeing when they are racing.
Yeah, that last cam.
So sorry, Alex. There was a crash that Alarik van den Bos had with the bollard, I think. Had it on the car. That was Ngokan Nguyen, our Vietnamese driver who we know he's extremely fast, but yeah, sometimes he's doing some mistakes. But anyways, he's a spectacular driver. He's doing amazing races, and he's always very, very fun to commentate on. While talking about Formula One, we've had Formula One last week, and this is a question for both of you, both Alex and Biggles. So Biggles, you are pretty silent for for your usual. Anyways, what would you make out of the Imola Grand Prix?
Nah, I think it was pretty boring, to be honest. The sprint, I think, was more fun to watch than the actual race. But yeah, I think maybe I think it was boring because you have variable weather and you expect a crazy race, and it wasn't as variable as that. It was wet, maybe damp on the start, and then it started drying. The DRS came pretty late on the race, and yeah, apart from that, Lewis was stuck on the DRS train, and maybe yeah, Leclerc wanted even more than a P3 and ended up making a mistake behind Perez and yeah, finishing P6, I think it was. So yeah.
Alex, Lewis stuck in 14th place behind Pierre Gasly. This is something that you wouldn't think last season. It's incredible. I was looking lap by lap by lap. Lewis had any chance to get past Pierre, and I'm not really sure if it's any more about the car. Obviously Lewis is not feeling comfortable, but you are looking at George Russell. George Russell have finished every race in the top 5. He is incredibly fast with that Mercedes, and Lewis is, yeah, I don't know if it's him not having the motivation or if it's something happened to him, but George Russell right now is actually carrying Mercedes AMG.
Yeah, I think everything adds up for Hamilton. Last year, for sure, mentally, it's something that still waits inside of him. I don't know at which point Mercedes is playing with its setup, trying something different about the porpoising. They also have a super weight car. It's not the lightest on the grid. They are not near that. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe they are playing with it or doing something different. Imola, it's a very difficult track to overtake, that's for sure. And Gasly had the DRS from the car in front. Also, we can say the same about Gasly. He didn't overtake once on the race, and the Honda / Red Bull powertrain. We know that it's crazy fast. But yeah, it's something remarkable.
Yep. Alex, we both know. I don't know if you've heard, but Toto Wolff has came on the radio post race and has told Lewis that the car is undrivable, and he's sorry for that. And he said all the problems on the radio, and for me, that was pretty strange because, okay, Lewis is not feeling great with the car, but George Russell is amazing this season. And yeah, I don't think that the problem is actually that big with the car. I think it's Lewis not having the motivation, but yep, that might be just me, as we're having a warning on our league for someone for blocking Nelson.
Ooh, and Juancho pretty close to VP1, less than half and at 10th. Benjamin, maybe he has to start focusing on doing a run on the soft tires if he want to take the pole. There's still 9 minutes left. And we have from P3 to P6, I think it is, they are on the same 10th, 119.7. So yeah, times are getting to get closer and closer, and that's going to be a crazy battle at the end of the qualifying.
Yep, only 9 minutes. Well, not only, still 9 minutes to go.
Liam is
Benjamin still in
also...
first place, Joan Sovale. Well, obviously Joan Sovale came close, and the gap is not that big. But we have to keep in mind that Benjamin Zis is on the medium tires, so that gap really, if Benjamin would be on soft, would be 300ths of a second, 3/10 of a second actually.
Yeah, I can remember because this a long time ago I didn't drive this car. It feels like ages for me. But yeah, maybe in Monza it's not that much of a gap because there are no so many corners around here. But yeah, maybe if that's something that you have up on the sleeve. So maybe if Juancho does a 119.4 or something like that, maybe he can switch back to the soft tire and try to maintain that pole position. Or maybe he can play the long game on the race, being with the medium tires and wait for something to happen. And maybe at the end of the race he's going to be quicker with the soft tire.
Yeah, but aren't you actually exposing yourself starting on the mediums? Because you are standing on the mediums, obviously you would be the slowest car out of everyone. And when you're having everyone around you on the soft, like there are big chances of you getting eaten by the group behind you. And this might cause you to lose some positions at the start, even if you would be faster at the end of the race. Those positions that you lose at the start might be too much to recover.
Yeah, but it's the faster strategy to do medium than soft. As we see Victor Bolea going with 19.7, a low 7, because yeah, we have to see that hundredths of a second, just not a tenth, because they are pretty close one to each other. In the long run, it's quicker to go medium soft. But yeah, maybe on the straight you are not going to have the same grip as everyone else, and from P2 to P10 it's a soft tire. So yeah, you're just battling with yourself. Maybe if P3 or P6 were with medium tires, you have to have them. You have to race with them also in the race, but without anyone fast doing with the medium tire at the race, yeah, he can change his mind on the last minute.
There was a spin there just ahead of Benjamin Zis. Benjamin Zis has done a very good lap in the last one, another 119.54, as we're seeing now a replay. Oh, this is what Leclerc done. Oh no, there's a crash. Charles Leclerc has done just this in 2019, as we're seeing another driver going on the gravel. So this just shows that everyone is pushing right now. Everyone is absolutely on their limits. And this just shows that a 30 minutes qualifying might be an idea for the future of Formula 1. You see, with only 6 minutes to go, drivers are still pushing to their limits in order to improve their times. As we're finally seeing green sectors, this means that some drivers are improving, as there has been a crash there for one of the two American cars. I think that's been Anthony Serrano in the wall.
I think everyone is pushing to its own limit. Yeah, and that's something that you want to do with a long qualifying like this. If there was only one lap, like on the official iRacing series, you have to be confident to just do your lap without doing an off track and not watching the lap, and doing that on the first run. That's not easy. But yeah, it's another it's like another game to say it like that. Because you have to be quick but sure on your lap, and that's another level.
Yep. For the people that has just joined us, we are in qualifying. We still have 5 minutes to go, and the top three is Zis, Ovale, and Bolea. And the gap is not that big between the top three. Thank you to everyone who is joining us, and thank you to everyone who is writing in the chat. It's always a pleasure to see your guys' reaction on the race that we are commentating, as we are again back on the yellow sector. So I think that everyone has just hit their limit. No one is able to improve, and yeah, this might be our grid, or maybe some drivers are just leaving it to the end, are doing their best lap on the last lap What do you think, Alex?
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to do the fast lap at the end, but maybe if you hit your brakes on the perfect spot and you're seeing like like Tyler now hitting a green sector, if you've seen that you have hit a green sector, your confident boost traps, and yeah, it's going to be good for you, and maybe you can start doing purple or green sectors, and you can do a crazy fast lap at the end.
Yeah, so I'm just seeing Bigger's message in the chat. He said, pronounce the driver in P14, please. I have pronounced his name. Ngokan Nguyen is in our league. Great commentating, and great to have him because he's doing some amazing recoveries. Remember last race? Was it last race? That he was in the top 3 and then he crashed. Anyways, he's doing sometimes really great races. Hannes Schlogel is on a decent lap right now. 2 green sectors. Let's see. I think we should be keeping an eye on him.
Yeah, for sure. He's having that confident boost. Yeah, just Parabolica to go, another green sector. So just about that. That's bad
huge
luck.
crash.
That's pure bad luck.
What happened?
Yeah, the car in front spun on the Parabolica.
Okay.
He just collected him. That was just pure luck.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can know which improvement he was having, but yeah, for sure it's going to be just a psychological disadvantage even for the race, because yeah, we're just a minute and a half for the race, and maybe he's kicking himself because he knows that he could be P2 or maybe P1.
Yeah. He was on a very good lap because he's had 3 green sectors and his first lap is not that bad. So the driver that is now third in the standings, this is not the greatest qualifying for him, but obviously Monza, you can recover in the race. As Benjamin Zis is also on a decent lap, a green sector there in the third one. Let's see how will he finish his lap. John Peter Runde also green sector. Let's see, now we're keeping an eye on Benjamin Zis, the German driver. He is now on the soft compound tires, I think.
No, it's still the medium tires, and yeah, he aborted the lap at the end.
Yep, still on the medium.
Braking.
Wasn't a bad lap, but I don't think he has time for another one. No, he doesn't. So he just gets into the pit lane. Let's see, John Peter Runde, 1 green sector. We know that Runde is fast from the practice. Another green sector. Let's see, John Peter Runde might improve his lap. Is he going to be enough? Is he going to be enough? No, it's not.
He was on the inside of the Parabolica. You want to be at the left-hand side, and as John Peter Runde is now P3 with a 19.6. That's a great lap to be in because everyone else is on the 19.7 behind.
As we're having a warning for Liam Kerr, warning for not holding brakes after incident. So I think that was related to the incident with Hannes Schlogel, but we might be wrong. As John Peter Runde has improved and he has gone in 3rd place. Let's see, Alvaro Gutierrez is now in 8th place and he's on a decent lap as well. Tyler Nelson, a 3 minutes lap.
Yeah, maybe he tried something. Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Let's see, Alvaro Gutierrez. Alvaro Gutierrez is on a great lap. Let's see how will he finish it. The driver with car number 4.
1/10 for him is going to be P4 maybe. So if he's 1/10 up or down on his time, it's going to be huge for him. That was not enough.
Super fast through here, pedal to the metal. Where is he? He improves, but he stays 8th place.
Not enough. Yeah, maybe with this kind of long qualifying, maybe the improvement was less than 100th of a second, maybe. So yeah, that was a compacted grid.
He lost a lot. He lost a lot because he lost a lot in sector 4 because he was super fast at the start of the lap.
I think sector 4 is just the scary chicane. So yeah, maybe if you do a mistake around here, it's going to destroy your lap.
Yep, so this has been it for our qualifying. Now the qualifying session is down and we're preparing for the 7th race of the season, the 7th start, and hopefully it's going to be a clean one because we know that the first section in Monza is one that incidents happen a lot as we're waiting for the grid to be confirmed. I think there are still drivers on track. Anyways, Alex, I'm very sad for Hannes Schlogel because he was on an amazing lap, and in the end, he will have to settle for 9th place. As we're seeing now the grid in front of our screen, Benjamin Zies, the German driver, is in pole position with Joan Vale in 2nd place. John Peter Runde, the Danish driver, will start in 3rd place with Victor Bolea now in 4th place. Tyler Nelson in 5th place with Anthony Strano in 6th, the two teammates.
Before, so you can ignore that.
We were having a radio message from our race directors. Liam Kerr in 7th place, Alvaro Gutierrez in 8th, Hannes Schlogel 9th with Alaric van den Bos in 10th place. Troy Banks, P11, Paulo Lopez, P12. Stefan Hoffman will be in P13 with Ngokhan Nguyen rounding up our grid for Monza as we are getting prepared for the start.
Yes.
Yeah,
Are you prepared, Alex, for a bit of pineapple on your pizza or not?
that's a tricky question.
Yeah.
I'll maybe we can reserve that for the post-race interviews. So yeah, now for the race you have to concentrate and not do any mistake on turn 1 because it's going to be a pile-up if you do so. And if you are from P3 to P14, I don't know which one is the lap one. Yeah, you have to be very careful and avoid everything, every mistake that can be in front or behind, and try to avoid that.
Just a real question, because in the Formula One game to you, Alex, you can go straight, through the first corner there, and well, you can go through the styrofoam if you really want. And so how much of a penalty does they give you?
You have to do like a slowdown, like a 3-4 seconds, which is the same as doing the chicane.
Oh, no. Okay.
But yeah, it's not worth it.
The lights are out. Sorry for interrupting you, Alex, but we are going to go on the start. 5 lights are out, and away we go. This is not a great start from Benjamin Zies, but an even worse one for Joan Vale. Everyone has gone out pretty slow from the grid, but Benjamin Zies is keeping the first place. Will Joan Vale send a dive bomb? He's on the soft tires. We need to remember that. I think Benjamin Zies has got the first chicane. Oh, there's a spin. There's a spin, and this is involved with Ovale and Peter Runde. The driver that has been super fast in practice is now going down in the standing. So this is in first place. Bolea in second. Liam Kerr in 3rd place. And if I'm not wrong, Liam Kerr has started 7th. Yes, he has. So Kerr has improved 4 positions from the start, as there has been another crash for Gutierrez. Gutierrez has crashed. He's going down, and he's now in last place. So Zies, Bolea and Liam Kerr, the top 3 as of now. We are going through turn 6, Curva del Serraglio, with every car now being in the train. As for watching Troy Banks right now going through Variante Ascarias, there's another crash there in the back. Who is it? I think that is Stefan Hochmann, who has gone through a half spin. Hannes Schlogel has gone up in 5th place, so has improved from his qualifying position, but Liam Kerr 4 places won. Anthony Strano is in the pit lane, so surely he has some damage. I think he has been involved in that crash in the first section of corners. So Zies, Bolea and Liam Kerr. Zies is super fast with those medium tires.
Yeah, he managed to get them on temperature. You saw that how Juancho lost it. Maybe it was on the acceleration phase of that turn 2. So yeah, that means that your tires are not warmed up.
Oh, there's a battle between Kerr and Tyler Nelson. I think we should be keeping an eye on that. No, there's no. I think that was from the graphics. But anyways, they are pretty close. Not that big of a gap. between them two. As we're now watching Joan Solvale getting in a battle with Paulo Lopez. Joan Solvale is on the soft medium tires, and he also started in second place. He needs to recover all those positions that he has lost at the start, because we know how fast Benjamin Ziz is, and if you're not close to him, you are just going to lose him. Especially on Monza, it's very important to not lose that DRS, because if you lose it, especially against a driver that is super fast like the German superstar, you are going to lose it. As we're seeing a move there, Parabolica. I think that was Alaric van den Bos going down the side, and that is move done. That was Troy Banks actually going down the inside of Alaric van den Bos. They are still going side by side now to the start finish line.
Yeah, still no DRS. You have to wait one more lap, I think it is, because we're on lap 3. Yeah, that was a pretty bold move on the inside of Parabolica. Well done.
Not easy to overtake through there for sure, as Alaric van den Bos was his position back, and Joan Solvale once so pushes back as well. They're getting very close, and something happened to Paulo Lopez. Something happened to Paulo Lopez because he has cut the corner, and he has all sorts of problems. I think that's something caused by his actual steering wheel, because the car is not moving as it should.
Yeah, maybe he lost the braking point. That was it's not something that you want to do. Yeah, it was. Maybe he's having the front wing. Yeah, he has a front wing. So I don't know. Maybe something happened with the actual setup. Yeah, because he's still slow. Nah, he's doing okay.
He either has damage or something happened to him, because we're seeing him. He's losing even more positions. He's now getting overtaken by Gokhan Nguyen, who is up in 9th place, and he crashed with Hochman. So this is what happened when you are having problems. You might cause problems for other cars, as there's a battle for 3rd place. Tyler Nelson still thinks about that position, as Tyler Nelson gets in 3rd place right now. He overtook Liam Kerr. Let's see, as we're watching Joan Solvale now. Did he made a mistake? Oh, he braked very, very late, but he has got a braking point.
Let's see the acceleration. Yeah,
Stay
I think
off
it's
the
okay.
radios.
Yep, Liam Kerr. He hasn't given up just yet on the fight with Tyler Nelson. Let's see those two. We can see on the RS. Will he try to Ascari? They're going side by side so close. I think they crashed. Whoa. Oh, there's a huge crash. And I'm wondering, that was surely some lag. But I'm wondering if the crash that Tyler Nelson has had was caused by lag or by a mistake from him. But we could have seen the two cars, they were going one into each other, and that's so unlucky, as Tyler Nelson is causing even more problems for other drivers. He's going straight into the pit lane, but this is going to be a whole lot of time lost by the American driver.
Yeah, it's the same. It's as we are having a battle for P5.
Whoa, there's a spin, there's a mistake, and they are both cutting the corner, so close to crashing. After cutting the corner, they have both gone wide. I think they have both got a slowdown, because you can see how slow these two drivers are. Troy Banks has completed his slowdown, and he has been overtaken by Alaric van den Bos.
Yeah, then full first laps. I was about to say that it's a shame, because with Liam, he's Australian, and his connection is not as good. Maybe driving with European
sorry, Alex, but there's a move. There's a move through Lesmo too. They're going side by side. This is Hannes Schlogel against Liam Kerr. Hannes Schlogel, the driver that has finished in the points in every single race. Liam Kerr closes him. Will Hannes Schlogel shoot to Ascari? No, he doesn't. He has seen what happened here last lap, and he's just staying behind for now. There's another crash. There's another crash for Hannes Schlogel. Too much carbon there, and this might be his first race out of the points for our Austrian driver. This is a shame for the driver from the Flat Out Racing team. And I'm wondering if this was caused by lag or if it was a mistake from Hannes. Let's see.
Yeah, I think people are Benjamin, Victor, and Liam going to boxes. Maybe there's a safety car on track or something.
No, that was That was
No, there isn't. No, it's something weird with the telemetry. Sorry about that.
Yes, so the safety car appeared out on my telemetry as well, but the safety car is not on track. The only car in the pit lane right now is Hannes Schlogel. He's repairing his damage. Let's see, this is Alaric Van den Bos against Troy Banks. I think this was... Oh! Not even on the curb again.
Yeah,
But Alaric Van den Bos had a pace.
That's acceptable. It's not something that. And Stephen Hoffman is still battling with everyone. That's good news, because you can have a lot of battles. You win some of them, you lose some of them, but you have to be concentrated and be ready for the fight.
Juan Sovale has now infiltrated himself between 4th and 5th. He is between Alaric Van den Bos and Troy Banks.
Yeah, he committed a mistake on turn two, on lap 1. Let's see what happens to Alvaro. He wasn't deep. Yeah, there was an acceleration. Yeah, he was too eager to push the throttle early, and yeah, mistake happened.
I think we should be watching the battle for 3rd place, 4th place there. That's very interesting, as Juan Sovale gets up in 4th place. He recovered some positions lost at the start. Where is John Peterrunde? Peterrunde is down in 11th place, but he has completed a pit stop. So this means he will go to the end with these tires. So he might get some positions. Liam Kerr is off. Liam Kerr, the driver that has got such a good start, is off, and he has lost 3 positions. I think he has spun just after Variante de la Roggia. Let's see what happened to the Australian driver. Going through Variante de la Roggia. Let's see, very fast through here. Too much curb, and here he just
too much throttle again. Too much throttle again. People are getting pretty eager to push that throttle. And another one flying with that curb. Was it Liam again?
Liam Kerr is out. Liam Kerr is out of the race. What happened?
I think it was on the final curve of Ascari chicane. Left to right, and now with the left he maybe took too much curb. Yeah, and that sends you up in the air, and it's impossible to control that.
So we have two penalties. This is a drive-through penalty for car number 31. So this, oh no, it's a 5. That was from another race. This is a 5 seconds time penalty for car number 88 for Paulo Lopez. 5 seconds post race time penalty. So this was caused by the fact that he has applied his own. It's just another mistake. Whoa, Alex, this race is made.
Yeah, what an eventful race. Same happened at Imola, because everyone was having trouble with Piratella and other corners, and we're seeing now people flying on Ascari and being too early on the throttle.
So I just want to let you guys know right now that my telemetry is absolutely lighting up red everywhere with people getting off tracks and crashes and hitting curbs too hard. It's actually quite confusing on my telemetry, because it's taking all these really hard curb hits as crashes.
Yeah, but if they are treating them like crashes, because maybe he's doing some damage to the car. So yeah, that's something to bear in mind as well.
Yep, it's always amazing to have you guys alongside me, because obviously I am watching a lot of racing, but I'm never playing iRacing actually, and you guys are always great to have, because you can help me with all that technical talk.
We'll get you in a car one day, Ed. We'll get you one of these.
Yeah, I'm not even too old. I'm not even...
one. None of this simulation. We'll get you in a real one.
Yeah, because I'm not even old enough to drive a real car, so...
Doesn't matter. We'll get you a super license and you can drive,
Yeah.
We'll give you the 2021 Formula 1 car, okay? I don't think we're allowed to get you a 2022 car yet.
Well, thank you, because that would be...
We'll take it out of the anti-stall racing budget. It's perfectly fine.
So I think Juancho, who has a mistake on lap 1, is now P3 and is getting closer to Victor. So it's going to be fun to watch up until the end.
And Gokhan Nguyen is up in 6th place. Our Vietnamese driver is doing another masterclass. As I've just said in the practice, this guy is amazing in the race.
Yeah, but don't jinx it this time like you did last time. You said that last time and he crashed straight after. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
No,
I've just said it.
Somebody changed the combination on the commentary box here. Ed, you're up. You're out, Ed. You have to go down and apologize now.
Yep, I will. I will for sure. But next time, Jared, please, next time when he's doing an amazing race, please don't show him to us.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah, it's actually the director, isn't it? It's the director. He's the one that does it.
Yep.
So it's not your fault,
I agree.
Ed.
I agree.
Alright, I'll just hit the stop streaming button right now then.
Yeah, and when you're in the car, you know that that drivers are making mistakes. You can see them going up and down on your relative, on your black box, like the car that you have in front and behind. So yeah, you have to be you have to stay calm. If people are making mistakes, you have to take something from that. So he was doing an awesome job, because yeah, Juancho had an issue and had to go back. Hochman also had issues. I think pretty much everyone, apart from Benjamin and Victor, had issues, and you have to gain from that. Make your own race, avoid the crashes in front, and just get every freebie that you get.
There's something that we should keep in mind. Everyone besides the top 5 has pitted, so from the 6th place onwards, everyone has been in the box. Well, now 5th place as well. Stefan Hochman is in the pit lane. So Stefan Hochman, I'm very curious where will he get out of the pit lane, because he has started down in P13 and he's up in 6th place. So that's an amazing recovery for our German driver. I think something happened to Victor Bolea because he has had a very slow lap. No, he's still in 2nd place, so no problems.
Yeah, but he's doing 22.8, which is kind of far. It's just half a second, but yeah, as we saw in qualifying, the drivers are super close one to each other. Yeah, this is the kind of race that Benjamin wants, because the medium soft is the fastest one. He didn't have a safety car on the first lap, which was the main threat, to just do the whole race then on the softs. And yeah, the race is coming to him. Yes, he has to, as he said on the last race at Imola, he has to concentrate and avoid being your own enemy, as I said a couple of races before, and just finish the work that you've started with setting that mega lap on the qualifying and medium tires. Juancho is now less than 9 seconds behind Victor, so yeah, he's catching him bit by bit. It's going to be interesting to see that on the final stages. Both didn't settle up with the medium tires, not on qualifying and on the race. So yeah, it's going to be pretty fun to watch up until the end.
Wondering, I'm looking at the telemetry, and I'm wondering what has happened through Variante Ascari. Because we've seen 5 crashes on there. On the telemetry shows me that 5 crashes have happened there. Like, you as a driver, you actually go through that in practice. But we haven't seen a single incident through there in qualifying, which is pretty strange.
Yeah, it's really strange. I was just thinking that. It seems that they're trying to push really hard when they're chasing someone else or trying to escape someone else. And they just end up hitting one.
Talking about mistakes.
Yeah, and they just appear to hit those ridiculous curbs that as soon as your front wheels are off the floor, you have no steering, so you just end up going straight into the barrier.
Yeah, you just have to wave goodbye to your car and know that you will end up in the pit lane. I think it's 2 things. The first one is dirtier, because if you are behind the car, your car is going to be you have more understeer, and the second one is going to be tire wear, because on qualifying you have fresh tires every time, let's watch this one. Maybe I think it is Stefan with Alvaro with DRS. Let's see if he sends it on the first corner.
I think this is Lime Core, and he's unlapping himself, and he just disappeared.
Yeah, that car disappearing was Liam. That's something to.
Yeah, one thing.
It looks straight when these cars aren't bouncing around the place or porpoising. It's quite weird, isn't it? They're not just jumping up and down. Oh, he's going to go through.
Yeah, turn one it's kind of bumpy, and with these cars you have a lot of rake. We forgot about that, but remember the typical Red Bull with the low ride height on the front and super high ride height on the back. So yeah, you are like the front of the car is hitting the asphalt, and yeah, it's kind of a porpoising. It's not that crazy on this year. As Juancho is going into the pits.
Yeah. You gotta love iRacing sometimes with some of those camera angles behind trees and things like that, but it's okay. There is. Yeah, and it looks funny, isn't it, looking at these really small tires they have, of course, in this year's car versus 2022. Here's a run down the main straight. Of course, it's the classic one, DRS open.
DRS full battery is going to be on the inside. But also you want to be on the outside of turn one because you have better acceleration for the next chicane. That move is done perfectly by Stefan Hochmann. Now just run away from him and go up into the next car. That's what you have to think.
This is in the pit lane as well, so this means Victor Bolea will lead the race as soon as he gets past Benjamin. No, he doesn't, because Victor Bolea is in the pit lane.
Yeah, he has to cover because Juancho is going to be crazy fast with those new tires. I think it was 8 seconds before the pit lane. It is now 7 seconds, a second per lap. It's doable with new tires. Yeah, I see Benjamin is alone on the track. It's going to be perfect for him, yeah.
So now Benjamin Ziz will be on the soft tires for the next 11-12 laps, and the gap between the first two is 6 seconds. So without a mistake, this is pretty much done, right?
Yeah, it must be like that. For sure, Benjamin is going to try a fast lap now and then wait for the last lap if there's no events incoming. And on the last lap with full battery deployment, he's going to try a super fast lap because we didn't see him on the soft tire. Maybe he's going to do. He was on 19 on the qualifying. Maybe he will be around 120s, 120s. It's my bet, something like that.
Jared, my mistake is that how many off tracks do you get the penalty?
I believe it was originally 25, but I think we made it smaller.
I think it's 17.
Yeah, I think it's 17 now as well.
Oh, 17. So this means that the top 4, obviously besides Victor Bolea, they are in that wrong zone because, well, Tyler Nelson has 13 off track, so 4 more and he will get a penalty. Benjamin Ziz has 12 off tracks.
That's
3 more.
That's something you can play with. It's something that you can play with, because it's no matter if you do 1 or 2 off tracks, and you can concede 10 off tracks on the first lap trying to make a lap because an off track can save about 1/10, for example. And yeah, you can do that. Get 1 second for free because it's 10 times 1/10. And then you can relax now having a gap with 8-7 seconds at the back. You can now just come on those corners and be safe with the off tracks.
Yeah, but Benjamin Ziz is not that safe. 4 more off tracks.
Oh, it's an accident, big accident in turn. Was it 2 or 3 or 6? No,
Safety car deployed.
That's
Ascari?
Variante della Roggia.
Oh, yeah.
It's
If you didn't hear that, guys,
She-
we just had race control come in. Safety car has been deployed.
Yeah, I just jumped into the session. I just got down to the trackside. I just got my hot dog and my soda, and that crash happened in front of me. So it's a
collecting
carbon
cars
fiber
on the
everywhere.
main straight now.
So you can
so
see me
we're having
standing waving.
safety car.
Yeah.
Benjamin says, "Oh no! Oh, I've just seen on the telemetry."
So if everybody collects behind the safety car, and then I'll clarify when the cars can come through, the lapped cars, that is. I think
Yeah, what
there's only
happened to
one
Benjamin?
running.
Is that on the safety car when it was deployed?
I was waiting for him. Yeah.
Yeah. He slowed down for the safety car coming out. Yeah, exactly. So he's okay, luckily. But no front wing, of course, for the other car that hit the fence. That's going to be some repairs.
So
Yeah,
everyone from Joan Sovale to Alvaro Gutierrez has boxed. So this means Joan Sovale, Nelson, Runde, Lopez, and Gutierrez are all on fresh tires.
Well, and also, just to let you know, that whoever the driver is without missing the front
Guys,
wing,
we can,
you're not
pick
allowed to
up the pace now
overtake.
to catch
So they're
the
stuck
safety car.
behind
There's no
him,
interview on
waiting
track anymore.
to get in the pit lane,
Everyone's
or is
square.
it, or he can go faster because of the safety car time? I'm just curious. Yeah, did he hold them up?
Yeah, he's
Or-
holding them up, but if you are lapped, you can go around.
You are. I
lap
don't think
yourself.
you're allowed to overtake on a safety car, even if you're stuck behind another car.
If you are lapped and race control says so, you can overtake. Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's interesting because Victor and Benjamin had fresh tires. Also,
It's
Juancho.
a safety car. Sorry to cut you off there, driver. Why had the safety car driver weaving to get tire temperature into the car? I'm just
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah,
Sorry,
maybe
mate.
he wants to
Sorry.
collect the
Sorry to cut you off there, Alex. I was just wondering. You never see a safety car weave too often.
Yeah, this is what happens when the safety car driver is a Formula 1 driver.
Yeah. I
Yeah, I
have
was
to give
saying
it a
that-
shot one day. Yeah.
that Juancho's strategy is intelligent. He's waving again, I think. Because he put the medium tires and get rid of them. Because yeah, he didn't lost so many places. I think it was only he conceded P3 to Stefan. But now he's going to have fresh soft tires, which Stefan is not going to have. Victor is going to be the only one on medium tires. Maybe he will be worried right now. And the best place to be is Benjamin because he has soft fresh tires and he's on pole position.
Yeah, but I think this is the wrong strategy because Victor
Big
has
second,
the
yeah,
time
close
to
to
go
the
into
gap
the
to
pit
the
lane
ground
and he
conference.
put those soft tires.
Yeah, but Juancho was
Yeah, Alex.
behind him.
The race director was saying something, but you can go on.
Yeah, but Juancho was behind him, so Victor didn't know that Juancho is going to pit. Juancho played with that, knowing that Victor didn't pit. He could do that, but Victor couldn't react to Juancho because he was in front of him.
Yeah, one thing that I have noticed is that Liam Kerr is from Australia. And I've just checked now, at Liam, it's 4 a.m. So
It's Liam, but yes. What, sorry?
it's very early for him. I'm wondering if he
Yeah,
woke up
yeah.
a bit early.
What do you think?
Race.
I moved out of Australia because I just can't do any of these leagues in Europe or the Americas. There's a time. Kind of gets you off of bad. Anyway. Good on him. He might be late to bed, early rise. Early to bed, early rise. I'm not sure.
I mean, he may also not be in Australia, sort of just like a few of our drivers. Like, Biggles, if you were driving, would you drive under the Australian flag?
I would, because Panama's not my country at all. I'm just living here. I lived in Romania. I wouldn't drive under a Romanian flag, but I'm sure Ed would.
Yeah, but I think
They had the Romanian flag available. Sorry.
I think Liam is indeed on Australia, or maybe because he's having a lot of trouble with the lag. It's something that it's very noticeable on iRacing if you are not on Europe.
Another
or,
reason
or,
why I
or
don't live in
America.
Australia.
Yeah,
That's
that's something.
Because the latency
Yeah,
kills you for everything, all the games.
Yeah, not only for you, because also for the other drivers, because I think it was on the Nürburgring when he won that he had like 30, 40 of tracks. You were seeing that on the telemetry, and that was not real because his car was bouncing around. And yeah, it's fun to see. Not so fun to see when you want to overtake him because you don't know where the car actually is. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame.
2 more cars to catch the safety car right now. And then we safety car. So I presume there would be another lap of the safety car. So it's about to come up to the curve up. Parabolic up. And, they're going to catch it because they're going to go through Ascari, as you can see on the track map. And then we should get ready to go. That safety car peels into the pit lane. Of course, it's a Mercedes safety car, isn't it? Couldn't be a Aston Martin. Somebody's kicking up some dirt as well as they're trying to get temperature into their tyres. Can't be an Aston Martin, of course, because he's a Mercedes W12. Isn't that going to allow an Aston Martin safety car?
Well, I mean, there is...
Okay, everybody, so the safety car will be in at the end of this lap. A reminder to all cars that DRS will be disabled.
Yeah, they're kicking up some dust and some dirt there at the moment as they're waving to get tyre temperature in there as they go a little bit out on the grass. You can see it flicking up on the track.
Yeah, sorry, I cut out then to let the racer speak. Apologies. What was I saying? Yes, we do actually have an Aston Martin in the game now. It was released with the previous update, but it is a GT4, not a GT3. So
that would mean that DRS will be enabled on lap 23. Please do not use DRS until we have said that you can use it.
We have the GT3. You have the GT3 series coming up after
lap
this.
23.
Of course, not straight after this, but
your
this
first
week.
actual usage of it won't be until the
that's
second
on Friday.
Lap 23.
And it was our first premium series, so it is a pay-to-enter series, and there is a cash prize at the end.
Ooh. Signed autograph by yourself?
Well, if they really want it and they pay me enough, then yeah, sure.
Well, that's interesting. So you got to find that information out by slapping the button on the YouTube channel.
So the leader will take control after the
safety car is ending, so
will be there to decide.
So how do you just get the tyre temperature into your car at the moment if you're preparing for the... I mean, you're usually the one behind the safety car, Alex, so you're the one that's got to...
Yeah, just
ready to go.
just let your tire temperature not go below 70 degrees Celsius, I think it is. With this kind of GT3 car, it's pretty easy, unless it's going too slow. And just now pray or do anything to get them unprepared.
Oh, they have gone, and this is not a great start. This is not a great start from Benjamin Ziz because Victor Bolea will have the entire straight line with slipstream. Victor Bolea, will he move on the inside or on the outside? He moves on the right. He is moving on the inside. He is going to go 2 wheels on the grass. No, he doesn't because Benjamin Ziz is giving him the space. But, they touched! They touched! This is incredible. Benjamin Ziz keeps the first place, but this has happened because he has got a corner. Will he give the position back? Yes, he has.
Yeah, that is critical for Benjamin because...
Oh, he lost another position. He lost 2 positions.
Going to lose more because he has to do like a 2-3 seconds slowdown.
Oh, he might also have damage, Alex. Oh, Stefan Hochmann is out. He's on the gravel. So we're seeing another madness here at Anti-Stall Racing. This is incredible.
Yeah, he has to settle himself. He has the pace. He has the soft tires. Victor is going to be like a slow train with the medium tire. Remember, no DRS for 3 laps, but it's going to be like a 4 lap race after that DRS. So yeah, he has to be quick now and take one car per lap. Sorry.
Juan Sovale. We need to remember that Juan Sovale is on the soft tires, and he might get that first place. And also one thing that we should be keeping an eye on is the fact that Tyler Nelson is on 6. Oh, there's the crash. They have touched on the straight line. In Tyler Nelson desperation to keep that 3rd place, they have collided in the straight line. As there's a half spin and there's another contact between Tyler Nelson and Benjamin Ziz. This is absolutely crazy. as
That-
Victor Bolek gives the first place for another lap. Now Benjamin Ziz, he has slipstream again. He moves on the left. He will have the inside of Variante de la Roggia. He is ahead, a half car ahead. He's a whole car ahead now going into the corner, and that's it. Benjamin Ziz is back in third place. We know that he's fast, but he needs to keep the car and to keep himself out of the trouble.
Yeah, he's a man on a mission now. He wants that victory. He had to. Tyler Nelson had to control that drift. I think there wasn't any contact on the first corner, which he was drifting and controlled very well. But now, yeah, Juancho has to do the move on Victor because the next lap they will have DRS.
Tyler Nelson might lose another position because John Peterunde, the driver that was super fast in the practice session, is now side by side with the American driver. I think we should be keeping an eye on there. They are going side by side to Parabolic, and I think this is job done. No, it's not, because they are still going side by side. This is incredible. John Peterunde is on the left. Tyler Nelson is on the right, as we're seeing now a penalty for... This is a penalty for Victor Boya for causing the collision. So this means that Joan Sovale is effectively in the race lead.
I think that's pretty harsh because it was fair racing. I think he managed to overtake him before turn 2. Benjamin was stuck, but yeah, we saw that with Verstappen and Hamilton. With it wasn't the same outcome, but yeah, it's something that you have to go for it and risk a penalty for being P1.
Let's see, 4 cars now in the DRS train, but hopefully it's not going to be a DRS train as we've seen in real life in Imola. Alvaro Gutierrez is very happy to get the move on Paulo Lopez because we're seeing him weaving on the straight from left to right in order to find that smallest gap in order to get the move done. The same goes for John Peterunde as he's now on the outside of Parabolica. Let's see, will John Peterunde do the move? No, he can't, but he might get that switch back. That's not working either because Tyler Nelson positions his car very well. Let's see now, 4 cars with DRS slipstream.
Yeah, being behind on Parabolica lets you have the DRS now, which is very powerful on the 1-2-1. He's on the outside.
And
He managed to do it.
oh, he touched. That was the Lewis Hamilton Max Verstappen crash.
To say Halo on Halo action almost, but oh no.
And Troy Banks is just going down. Well, not Troy Banks, actually Alvaro Gutierrez is going down in the standings. And Gokhan Nguyen is back in the top 10. He's in 9th place. Please, Jared, do not show him to us.
The temptation, but I shall not.
I'll show it on my screen. Anyway.
Let's see
Getting
now.
spicy, guys. How many more laps do we have to go now?
3 laps to go. Benjamin Ziz, this is the move for the lead because we know Victor Bolea has a penalty. So between Joan Sovale and Benjamin Ziz, this is going to be the battle for the win. We know that Joan Sovale has tires that are 2 laps younger than his German opponent. So this is the battle for the win of the race. 2 laps to go. Benjamin Ziz has the inside to go. Will he dive bomb? He thinks about it. He surely thinks about it. They are going wheel to wheel. So close to contact. Benjamin Ziz is on the gravel again.
It's on the gravel. It's going
And
to
contact behind as well, as that was try 3 into turn 1 was risky business and it's cost him a lot of time to go off the track there to avoid an accident.
Whoa, there's Gokhan Nguyen going wide. No.
Gonna put him into the clutches now of John Peter. If he can catch him in time.
There's another time penalty, I think.
Alvaro Gutierrez.
They are going side by side now through Lesmo 1. This is incredible. This is incredible racing. This is what Formula 1 should have in real life as well. As Alvaro Gutierrez gets the 9th place, even with the penalty, he needs to recover those positions because with those 5 seconds, he will lose a lot of positions at the end. And he's going side by side. He's on a gravel. He's on the gravel, so it's going from bad to worse for the Spanish driver.
Yes, he's in the background too. That's going to catch in a minute. The driver that we can't show. But yes.
We have a red
Last
flag.
lap.
We have a red flag.
Last lap, as I think Tyler Nelson will get the penalty because Tyler Nelson has 19 off tracks.
Benjamin now making a run again. He's got probably a little bit too far back to do anything about this.
2
Stefan got the
seconds
place.
is too much.
I think John Peter Runde will get that penalty as there's another 5 seconds time penalty for car number 27.
Yeah, I was expecting that one.
Juancho.
That was one. So when he's,
Juanso Vale gets a penalty.
yeah, when he squeezed Benjamin into the first chicane.
Sorry, John Peter at the moment. Sorry, there's a run on the back of Benjamin. He's getting pretty close. He could maybe.
Sorry, Biggles, but if John Peter Runde will make this move, John Peter Runde will win this race. So this is effectively for the race win. I don't know if he knows this, but
Oh, don't tell him. You just got a race to win anyway. It's going to have to be a miracle out of Parabolica, won't it? It's a good exit up the road there
that
for
was
Benjamin.
good.
let's see. Will he be able to go down inside, around the outside of Parabolica? I'm sure he's thinking about it. Will now is too far away. And this has been it for our race in Monza. Victor Bolea wins it on track. Joan Sovale is second on track. But the winner of today is Benjamin Zis, or is he? Because Benjamin Zis gets that 17 off track, which we know will get him a penalty. So John Peter Runde might win here at Monza.
You're going to have to crunch some numbers. Alex, I bet you wish you would be in that car right now for this exciting race. Amazing.
Yes and no. Yeah, I think that the penalties were a bit harsh, to be honest. But Benjamin, yeah, when he collided, he could have been more patient because he had a lot, 3 laps in front. He was quicker, and yeah, on the first opportunity with the DRS, maybe you can study your enemy and know where you can overtake him safely.
Oh, that's another 5-second penalty to car number 8. Troy Banks there with
Banks.
failure to leave a car's width. Not sure where that was, but I'm
I
sure
think
we'll
that
find
was
out.
safety.
So to clarify, the finishing order for the top 3 once we've applied penalties,
Yeah,
there are more
anyways,
to apply.
these are the results.
Benjamin won, John was second, and Victor finished third in the end. There are obviously more to be moved around and applied, and that will be obviously reflected in the results on the website.
Okay, so
Thanks everybody, I know it got a bit crazy at several points throughout, so thanks for sticking with us.
okay, so that was note from the race director saying that Benjamin will get P1 in this race due to penalties. John Peter Rund will get P2, and Victor will get P3.
Wow.
That
Wow,
was the reason
wow,
why Benjamin
wow,
was absolutely stoked as he's crossing the line, weaving the car left, right, and centre. 'Cause he must have known that, I guess, in the back of his mind. The German driver gets another victory.
So Benjamin Zis gets the win, number 3 in this season. This is oh, what a season we're having. What race this has been. I will not take you through the race results again because we have to take a moment to think about it because we have so many penalties that has been applied here at Monza that it's very hard to make it from my mind. But we know, as the race director said it, Benjamin Zis is the winner with Rune the second and Tyler Nelson in third place. I think we will have interviews. Third is the one.
Yep, just sorting it out now.
So with the penalties, Joan Sovale will go down in 5th place. And I think Victor Bolea will go in 4th, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, Juancho is 5th and Victor is 3rd. They are saying on the official channel. So yeah, I think the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd is going to be Ben, John Peter Runde, and Victor Bolea.
So we're having our first driver here in the interview box. Benjamin, first of all, congratulations. It's been a pretty hectic race, but you have won it. I've won it off track, if I can say. But anyways, talk us through your race.
I must say these races are never boring. They're so
Mm.
fun. I can't believe it. At like the first half of the race, like 20 laps in, I thought this was gonna be a boring race. I'm just gonna win. Just gonna finish like 15 seconds ahead. I don't know what, but the safety car just changed a lot of things, and I managed to get ahead.
What is your opinion on the incidents? Obviously, both of the penalties for the drivers in front of you have been caused because of incidents that happened that you have been involved in. So, first of all, what's your opinion on the incident with Victor Bolea that happened right after the restart? What happened there?
Yeah. So I was trying to hold the inside of the racing line, but he managed to go even more inside. So I have to leave him space, or else he would get on the grass. Which is okay. I'm nice. I'm giving him space, even though he has no right to be there. And then he just misbrakes and then puts me off track. I think it was Victor's mistake there at that, and I feel like he deserves the 5 seconds.
Yeah. Did you had any damage caused from the incident?
No. My spotter didn't say anything about it.
Okay, and one last question. You've also had an incident with Ranso Vale. You have been squeezed on the straight line. If you can tell us about that incident as well.
That 5-second penalty, I'm less sure about. I was kind of surprised that Juancho got a penalty there, but I'm not complaining because it brought me the win. So yeah, I felt it was fair fighting from Juancho, but it's he got 5 seconds. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking congratulations on the win on the first. So yeah, I was thinking the same. The Juancho's penalty was a bit hard for me. With Victor, I think yeah, it was it was the restart with the safety car. He was very close. It's Monza turn one. You can't expect anything from that, and yeah, it's going to be crazy. But yeah. Maybe the. Maybe the breaking point. You have to do a slowdown, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and that loses you a lot of time. So that's that's harsh, but that's something that you have to keep in mind in these races. With it was a 7-8 lap sprint at the end. So yeah, you want to overtake, but you also have to bear in mind that every incident, every mistake that you have going to cost you a lot. So yeah, congratulations on the win. Were you sure that you were going to do the pole lap with medium tires, or it was something of a shock?
I was really hoping that I would get very far up. Of course, I'm not really expecting to get pole, but I'm very happy about that. I kind of misplayed on my strategy. I was really hoping that there was a safety car in the first lap or second lap or something, and then I can immediately change to the softs and just finish with the softs, because Monza is not that hard on tire wear. But sadly, the safety car was a really unfortunate point for my strategy. I didn't pit in. I just kept my 2-3 laps old softs, but it worked out well.
Yeah, it's not much of a difference, like 1, 2, or 3 laps in comparison with Victor, who has the medium tires. But yeah, Juancho had almost a free stop. I think he was overtaken by, it was John Peter or Tyler Nelson. I couldn't remember. But yeah, nice race. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Victor, you have finished the race, I think, with all these crazy penalties. You are still on the podium in third place. Congratulations for that. You have won the race on track, so talk us through your race.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I think a podium is a good position, but I think, yeah, I could have the win or at least second. I think I was doing a good race. I mean, I avoid all the crashes at the start, which is a bit of a. I mean, you need to be lucky to avoid that, especially in Monza. But then I avoided that, and then I stayed in P2, and then I think the safety car just ruined my race because everything got closer, and I think the action that got me the penalty, I don't know. I think I need to accept it as usual. I mean, it's frustrating because I think I was fighting for the win on that racing, and it's especially frustrating when you see others just getting warnings, especially in quali when I got pit lane start for an insane in quali, and then I see people blocking, and then they just got a warning. But it is what it is, and now into the next one, I guess.
Yeah, I would just wanted to ask you about the incident, but you have talked about it very well. If you want to add any other things on the race, and obviously I know it's frustrating, but if you would like to add any other things.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I've just looked at replay like twice. I mean, I probably need to look more into it. But obviously, once the race start, I was fully attack to try to gain the position because I knew Ben was faster, so that was probably my only chance. I tried to go to inside, and yeah, I think probably I couldn't hit the apex, but I think Ben also turned to the right quite early, so then it was when the contact happened. So yeah, I mean, again, it's frustrating, but it is what it is, and obviously Ben needed to take a slowdown, so I guess it's fair to have 5-second penalty.
Okay, thank you very much, Alex. Biggles, do you want to put any questions?
Yeah, I want to ask something different, which is pretty common in all the drivers. How do you approach turn one on Monza on the start, knowing that you were P4 at the start, I think, and also having, I think it was Juancho who has a spin on the exit of turn one. How do you feel? How do you approach it? You want to be aggressive? You want to be conservative and not hit any other driver?
Yeah, I mean, I think Monza is a bit special. I mean, it's probably the most difficult race to start. And even if if you have something in mind, you go into turn one and then you need to probably do a completely different thing. So, yeah, actually, I didn't do a really good start, but I was lucky that many people behind were doing bad starts as well. But yeah, I mean, I was just lucky. I went to the inside, then Juancho got contact with the third. I don't remember who that was, but yeah, I was just lucky. It could be Juancho, it could be me that had the crash at the first lap. So yeah, if the question is how do you approach that, I mean, again, if you think how to do race start, probably you end up doing a different thing.
Yeah, it's something that maybe experience or I don't know, maybe improvisation. You have to do what you feel that on that moment, and just pray that somebody is not having a spin in front of you or something like that. Yeah, it's something that you have to go through, but yeah, it's something that I think every driver as me think before the start. It's like, okay, I'm going to go left and right and left, and once the light go out, it's like you go with your mind is not thinking about anything and just survive, like the Netflix series is Drive to Survive.
Yeah, also to be honest, I think in F1 is a little bit easier than, for example, F3 or F4, because even if you go faster, I mean, the car is so wide, so it's basically one car. I mean, you can also get into one car. I mean, in F3, there is a chance that you can put the car side to side in the chicane. So you probably get more incidents in F3 or F4.
Yep, that's something we all been through. So yeah, congratulations on that podium, and also you were the first car seeing the checkered flag. So yeah, that's something that That's something that it's special, to be honest. Even if you have a penalty after that, it's something that you won the race and then there is a penalty about it. But yeah, it's something that not every driver is capable to do. So yeah, congratulations on that.
Yeah, Jack. Thank you, Alex.
Yep, and as we are not having John Peter Runde here in the commentary box, I think this has been it for our race in Monza. Thank you to everyone who has joined us in for this stream. Thank you to everyone who has written in the chat. Thank you, Alex, for your amazing commentary. You are extremely good at commentating, as I might say as good as you are at racing. Thank you, Biggles, for being here, even if you haven't been that talkative as usual. Thank you, Gerard, as well, for the amazing job that you do with the buttons and all the things that I would never be able to do in my entire life. Thank you, Major's Garage, our partner. If you want to check some setups, you have the link in the descriptions. And also thank you, Digital Motorsports, for being our partners. You can check in the description. They are a team of sim racing equipment. And this has been it for our 7th race of the Anti-Stall Racing Formula 1 series. Next week, we are going to be in Canada, if I'm not wrong. So until then, see you guys next time.